Hey, I'm Raf, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the work I've done with some of the other developers. Now, we have more developers, so yeah, I can say that now. Some of the work that has happened since my last upload on QoS. So, the first thing, obviously, is, well, if you've been following the GitHub page, obviously there's 5 developers now working on QoS, which is absolutely amazing. Like, sure, some of them have only put 1 or 2 lines of code, but that's still really good, because the fact that some people are actually interested in my project and what I'm doing is incredible for me, because anything I've ever done before, no one's really been interested in, and now I've got 5 people working on the code with me, which I think is just incredible. So today, I'm going to be showing you some of the stuff that's changed in QoS, some of the bugs and errors, and also that I'm booting it now on some real hardware. So that's cool. This is meant to work, so let's see. I did it! Okay, so as you can see, we got welcome to QoS, and now I've got key bindings which are added by GitHub developer, GitHub user PlankP. That's his username. Yeah, like that. And he is awesome because he's done a ton of stuff on QoS, like the virtual file system that we're now starting to implement. This is kind of buggy, this at the moment, because for example, if I type any command and press enter, it's going to break. So I'm not going to enter any commands. I'm just going to show you the keybinds and some other things like that. So, for example, if we type, like, also we can use the shift key now to type in capitals, like this. Like, yay. So we can use the modify keys that you can normally use when you hold shift now. PlankP also added that integration. And I fixed some of the make file, but I didn't create a make file now, but it does use make now, so you can just go make all, or you can just type make when you're in the directory of QoS. When you've cloned the git on GitHub, you can clone it now and make it just like that, and then press enter. I'm not going to press enter because I'm pretty sure that all commands are broken. At the end of the video, maybe I'll try, and then maybe if it'll work, I'll be really happy, but I'm pretty sure that no commands are working at the moment. Maybe what I did today will fix that. Let's just try. Oh yeah, we can type commands now. If we type a command that actually exists, well, some of them work like that. So hi gives you back hello. PlankP added that. I'm pretty sure he added that. I'm not actually sure who added that, but someone added that, and it looks cool, I guess. So yay. So as you can see there, I'm able to now use the modify keys as I just showed you before, which means now you're able to create code in the writer interface here. So you can actually create code files. Let's just create something simple like some HTML, and then as you can see, we can actually write things that are potentially useful now in the QoS interface. So we can use the tab key also. As you see, well, you didn't see, but I did just press the tab key and it tabbed basically. So now I can go like ed and then maybe title QoS. Maybe this will be a website for QoS, and then we can put some information here, like meta charset equals UTF-8, and we'll just end the head there, and then we can go body, we'll maybe go header, and as you can see, I'm actually able to write things that could potentially be useful now, unlike before where it was really horrible to use the interface. And I think I'll just check, someone fixed the arrow key functionality, which I'd started, but it wasn't really good, and it was pretty messed up because when you used the left or right arrows, it was all broken, but now you're actually able to use the left or right arrow C to move forward and backwards, as you can see, which is really, really awesome. And yeah, you have to delete the space. The tab will actually add some, the tab you can actually delete as a single character sometimes, and sometimes you can't, but that's a bit weird functionality, but still, it's good that you're able to do tab. And if I just looking on my other computer here, well, I've got 3, but on one of my computers, I'm pretty sure it was Bartex2. I don't know how to say their username, but that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that they added, I'm like 99% sure that they added the arrow key functionality fixed, so now we can actually use the arrow keys, and you can see the little cursor thingy is moving, which is indicating that that is working now. And also we can move now onto lines that don't exist Whereas before, when we moved the cursor onto a line that didn't exist, like somewhere that we hadn't already written something, then it would basically just glitch out, and we would be pushed to the first X value on that line, so we'd go all the way to there, which is not what we want. So now we can actually just do that to go forward into places that we haven't yet written things in. So now if we just write, for example, like a very, very simple thing like H1 QoS, and then we can go maybe H2 and open source OS. Yeah, an open source OS. I don't know, I'll just do that. And we can now use the arrow keys to go back because I accidentally pressed enter, so that is really awesome. And the reason I'm making this file is not because I'm trying to say I'm good at HTML, I'm not. And I can do much better than this, obviously, but I'm just trying to demonstrate the fact that I'm actually now able to write something in the writer program that's actually useful. Whereas before, we were just able to write simple things, and if we wanted to navigate up or down our file to change anything, it was a really horrible experience trying to do that, and it just was not practical. So now it's actually a practical Emacs-like text editor where we're actually able to edit things, and we can use it to write code. This is not code, this is HTML, but we can use it for practical things. Wait, no, what am I doing? I'm doing some weird thing. I meant to do, then I'll do article, and then in here will be like paragraph, and QoS is an open source OS built by developers on GitHub, designed to be intuitive. It isn't really any of the things it's designed to be yet, but it's certainly starting to do things. Like, I remember in my first overview video, which was almost a week ago now, maybe it's more than a week now, maybe it's 6 days, I'm not sure, but point is, in my first overview video of QoS, I said it's starting to do something unlike nothing before, and now it's starting to do a lot of things. It's got a virtual file system, we're able to detect keybinds, we're able to detect, now we're able to use the shift key to modify what letters produce, we're able to use control keybind things, we're able to use the writer program to do some writing, and we can actually write things that are useful now. And now what I'm working on is, I'm working on trying to create a programming language called the Q programming language, which is going to be programmed in the writer application, compiled. You exit then with Control S, which doesn't work at the moment, it just does that. But I'm working on making it so that we'll be able to exit the writer program with Control S to save, and then Control X to exit the program. And when you're saving, it would bring up a little interface at the bottom of the screen. Not an interface, but something that you can just, it would say like enter the name of the file, and then you type something and you press enter. It will save that into the virtual file system that PlankP has started working on. Should I call him Paul? I'm going to say Paul. Okay, so the virtual file system that Paul started working on is now lets us kind of save files. It doesn't really work yet, but we should be able to use the cat command to view the files on the system. I've actually not tried that yet, but yeah, because I've got school, because I'm 13 and stuff, so I'm still in year 7, so I've got a lot of things I need to do for school, so I can't spend my whole life making QoS, but I try to spend lots of time because I think it's an awesome project. Well, I started it, so probably I would think it was awesome even if it wasn't, but yeah, I think it's a good project, and I think that it's going to possibly become really powerful and good if people keep working on it. Even if I'm the only person working on it, I will make sure that I finish QoS and make it a really useful and intuitive operating system. But if other people are helping, it's going to be way faster to finish it. But yeah. So can I do Control Q? No, I can't exit the writer program in any way. I used to be able to just press Control or exit, but those days are gone. It was 5 days ago. Yeah, so you can't do that anymore with keybinds. I'll add a keybind today probably and upload that to, or push it to the repository. So to be designed to be intuitive and easy to yeah, that's really horrible, but I'm just going to do that for now because I'm not here to write an essay about QoS. And that's all we really want to do for now. So the point of just doing that then was not to show that you can compile HTML or you can write code and compile it, or that I'm good at HTML or anything. I'm just saying that it's been 6 days and this is already able to write text documents and technically be able to save them. We're working on that. Mainly Paul is doing that at the moment, and I'm working on the Q language, which I haven't really pushed most of the work for that so far onto GitHub. I've just been working on it on my own computer, and I'm going to push a lot of the changes when I have actually got some good things that do things. That probably doesn't make sense, but yeah. Yeah, there's just no way to quit this at the moment. I'm just going to try. Oh, it quit. What did I do? I did it. Anyway, okay, so if I type cat, it says file name. And I'll just check on this computer the name of the file that we want to be accessing. It should technically have a file that's called sample.txt. Oh yes, we can do it. We're able to look at a file now. That is really amazing. So thank you so much, Paul, Plank P, whatever you want me to call you, for implementing a virtual file system, because it is amazing. It is really amazing that we're able to do that now. Like, probably you don't think that's very good, but I think that's awesome to be able to read a file and we can actually change what that file can say. Well, we can't, but like if we go writer sample.txt, obviously it does nothing, but I didn't even spell it right, as you can see. And we also we can't go that because we can't actually detect the after the first 3 letters, but we do have a function that is string trim or something. Probably something like that. But probably Paul, because he's been doing most of the changes, probably added that function, because I mentioned that it would be awesome to have a function that could trim strings for the purpose of being able to extract certain parts. Probably the best function to have would be to be able to detect the spaces and break the string that is the command you entered into an array of space of each word, because that would be really powerful to be able to have much more powerful commands, like be able to do cat sample.txt instead of having to do cat and then sample.txt. And also I found a thing I'm going to try to fix, but if we now use Control B to go back, and then we can also use Control, what is it? No, not Control C. But anyway, the point is, if you press Enter after you modify some characters that are backwards in this, like if you go Control B to go back, and then Control A is home to the start of the thing, and Control L clears the screen. That's basically the only way I think to save it, because if we go like, hello, this is a string, and then we go Control B, 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 and then we change this to an amazing string. I guess it's fixed now, so that's good. But is this going to work? Like if we go writer, and then we go, because that's not correct obviously, and then we want to go writer, yeah, it's going to think that we typed brighter W, I think. I can test that later, but yeah, Control L exits that. I'm going to change that to Control X to exit, but it will say, do you want to save, and such, things like that. So, I hope that you like this video. I hope that you think QoS is a good thing, and that it's a good idea to make it. Does that make sense? Oh, I hope now shows you the key bindings. That is good. And working commands. Cool. Files. But those directories don't actually exist, do they? Skip. 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 What did that do? I have no idea. Hi. Hi is the best command. I love it. And help. And then yeah, execute. execute repeat hi, and then that is my awesome command that I added, and it was the first thing I added to QoS. So yeah, as I said before, hope you like this video. Hope that there's a way to exit this command. There isn't. So anyway, bye.